hope and I pray that the network treat us good. I see it shows some red flags here, but we trust. Let me see if my guest is here, so that we don't take too much of your time. I think it's not 7 o'clock yet, but I think it's one minute away from 7 o'clock. My guest tonight, I'm very, very excited for my guest tonight, is Pastor Bonani Mkhize. Oh, Bonani is a friend. She's a friend, she's a sister, she's a mentor. She was a mentor for me with a very long time. We walked the journey. She's a teacher to me personally and other people. She's really a woman of God, and she carries herself with grace. I'm excited to talk to Bonani and to hear about her here. Bonani also recently became an author. So, yeah, we're also going to tap into the book and hear about the book. So, my guest for tonight is Pastor Bonani Mkhize. Let me just see if she's here. She's not here yet. So, Bonani, when you're here, just send me a message so that I know you're here. But I will keep on checking. We had some technical issues. We struggled. We did a trial live just to see that everything is smooth for tonight, because we don't want hiccups when we want to go live. So we struggled. We did it on Friday and we struggled to get Bonani live. And then this afternoon we also tried, and it happened quickly. So I trust that tonight she will also be able quickly to join on this live session. She's here. Let me invite her. Let me invite her so that we get the conversation going. Thank you for those who is joining. Bonani, I'm inviting you. Let us give her time to join. Connection failed. Let me try again. I did send you an invite. She's here. She's here with us. Yeah, this live was nerve-wracking because and then we lost her. Let me invite her again. There you are. I don't know
Yes.
why. I don't know what happened. Your technology, but okay, you here, and I'm glad and thankful that you are here with us to share. How are you? How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you, Berenice. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I gave the short introduction before you joined about
Okay.
who you are and who you are in my life, and
Okay.
I was thinking, we come a long way.
Yes.
I cannot even remember what was the year that we were in Joburg for that
Oh.
missionary
Oh,
work. That
I think
was
just a long time ago.
yeah,
Maybe over.
yeah.
Yeah, it could be 10 years ago or something.
Yes, I think it's around 2015, there
Yes.
around.
Mm.
Yeah, but since that time and before that time, we've walked the journey. And for me, you are a mentor, you are a teacher, you are. I really look up to you. So I'm excited to do this, and I'm also excited to be the first one that did a live with the new author. Yeah.
Uh,
So give us a short background about who is Bonani for those that don't know.
okay. I know Bonani. Sure. It's Bonani Mkhize. Okay. I stay in Mossel Bay, originally from KZN. I'm married with a family of 4 kids, soon daughter-in-law and a grandchild. Yeah, I'm a minister. We have a ministry with my husband, Agape Ministries International. I'm a professional architect. I've got a business, 30 years going now. Yeah, but basically, I think one thing that for me is just I'm a child of God.
Yeah, I think that
That's
I
the
think
most
that is
important thing.
that is the most important title to carry. Yeah,
Yes. Mm,
yeah. And people can take everything away from you, but that one thing they
exactly.
can't. They
Yeah,
can't.
exactly.
Yeah. So thank you very much for agreeing and accepting the invitation to join me here on live and to share about you here. I just want to greet the people that's here. I
Mm.
see you. I see you joining. Thank you very much for joining us. And please join in the conversation. Send message. Let us know who's here and from where you're watching. I saw Dora is here. Yeah, so let us know who is here and from where you are watching. Oh, Nana, before, I think, I think with the book, I think the book will be under the highs. So
Okay.
I think we're going to talk there about the book.
Mm,
The first question, and it is the 5 questions that I've sent to all the ladies, um,
yes.
is what was your expectation for this year, or what was your verse for the year at the start of the year? What was your verse? What was your expectation for this year?
Mm. Okay. My expectation for this year, I hope it's easy to understand. I think for a while now, my expectation for every year is really based on what the Lord is saying for that year.
Mm,
Yeah. Um, we've got our year, but there is a year which is a biblical year, which is
mm,
it was 5784, which ended in October, in a new year now. And every year the Lord has a strategy for his people. And that sort of affects everything. I line up everything according to the strategy, because the Lord he created time, but he's not governed by time. He
yes.
controls time. So he knows where the enemy is going to be when.
Wow.
And it gives us a strategy for the way ahead, because we are
Mm,
predestined, we're going somewhere, and he'll give us a strategy to know how to go ahead. And last year it was open doors,
mm,
rulership and favor. So that's all I looked for. I knew there were open doors in everything that I believe the Lord wants me to do in my personal life, my family, in the ministry, in business. And I also knew that in some of the doors, the enemy is waiting, but the Lord has given me weapons to
yeah,
fight through. Yeah. And there are doors that are shut, that are not supposed to be open.
yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it was just open doors. And I was like, that was my whole year, just trusting God. Yeah. Any open doors that before they were just shut, but I knew the favor was there and I could go through. And as
Wow.
I'm going forward in what the Lord wants me to do.
Wow.
So that was my year, just walking in that, in that
Wow.
strategy. Mm.
I love that. I love that. So your year expectation don't start January, it starts October.
In October, yeah. It starts around October. It depends. Every year it changes because it does, our Georgian calendar depends on the sun. This one depends on the moon. And the Lord has got that calendar. It's also 12 years, but it's got that calendar that starts around that time. And the new year starts around mid-October,
Mm,
September. Yeah. And then
mm.
he always has a strategy. And it's amazing because we learn this from the Jewish people, but wherever they are, they seek God, he tells them, but even the Christians that follow it, it will be the same message. And it's the
Oh,
same for us to advance and go forward.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I definitely experienced open
Mm.
doors and favor and stuff through this year.
Yes. Mm. Mm.
Yeah. Wow, I love that. And then what was your highs for the year? What was the open doors that really had you like, wow, God?
Wow.
And I'm not referring to highs just in the physical, although
Mm.
I also want to hear about the physical, but also spiritual and
Spiritual.
spiritual growth and family wise, anything that stand out for you
Mm.
from this year.
highs, I think my major high is the way the season for the ministry. It had to do with open doors, yeah. And he opened the door for a ministry that has been in our heart for a long time, but he has never really released us to do it the way that he did this year. And that was and then we started doing seminars. It's about the healing of the heart. And he began to, first of all, first of all, the first thing he said was, you need to heal. And he was talking to us as individuals and as a family. And then we soon realized it's actually not for us only, but it's the ministry that he wants us to take forth. But he wanted us to do it with our testimony, not just, when you do a ministry and you don't know what it's not based on you.
Yes.
Yeah. So the Lord began to really give us a lot of revelation that even though we've done this before, in a small, like we'll do it with the Esthers a little bit before we prepare them to go to minister. But he just gave us a revelation, and then he opened the door for us to study authorship, where a book was birthed, which is the healing of the heart. Yeah. So to me, that was a high for the whole year, just to going as we coached, as we are, being coached as we in the other book, and just hearing him speaking and revelation after revelation, and using the coaches, because it's a Christian organization. They're praying for you, they are fasting for you as you're doing this book, and just hearing what the Lord is doing, and understanding even the things that he has told you long time ago, making them real.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and it was amazing. I mean, that was a high for me. Yeah, just that opportunity and those doors open, and the book literally being published. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell us a bit about the book. I cannot wait to get my hands on the book. I'll soon stop in by you to get the book. But tell us a bit. You touch a bit on the why of the book, but more background so that people know for who is the book, and who did you have in mind when you wrote that book, and who can benefit from reading the book.
The book, okay, the title is Healing of the Heart. And the scripture that says in Proverbs 4 verse 23, that says, keep and guard your heart with all vigilance, and above all that you guard, for out of it comes issues of life. It's a book that teaches you how to do that, but not just that. It exposes what makes it difficult for us to do that, because it's a nice scripture, we love it.
Yeah.
But the truth is, it's not easy to guard our heart.
Yeah.
And it's and most of the time, the reason, in fact, the main reason why it's difficult is because of our wounded hearts. There's a lot of wounding we go through, and sometimes, we make examples about me and my family, and me and my husband in our relationship. Sometimes there are things that you don't think about, that you need to heal, that you go through, maybe as ministers, maybe in church, maybe in relationships, and you just don't think about it. People can talk about healing, when you've got a headache, healing when you've got cancer, but nobody really talks about healing the heart. So what it does, it actually shows you what a wounded heart looks like, because sometimes we are wounded and we don't even realize I'm actually wounded, and where the wounding comes from, because sometimes it might come from your circumstances, but it might come from generations past. Like today in our country with apartheid, a lot of people, there's a lot of hate that comes from there, even though they've never experienced apartheid, but they inherited something that's still wounding them. And that actually makes you not to be able to guard your heart. And it's just the enemy's strategy for you never to be able to do that. And then it shows you what a healed heart looks like. So that while you are working on the healing of your heart, you know what you are working towards. And then it gives you tools to know how to even pray for the healing of your heart, tools to know how to maintain the healing of your heart, and how to guard your heart.
Okay.
And it's not a motivational book. It's not a information book. It's really a book that is a tool to help you.
Yeah.
And it's a book that you would use, you keep next to your bed, to keep referring to, because it's a journey. Yeah,
Yeah.
it starts a journey to heal. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
it's a good weapon
Yeah.
because I read it, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
For me, I read it and I'm thinking, oh my Lord, this is
Wow.
so, I
I think I think all of us need it, and I think it is so needed. It is so profound.
mm,
It is so, there's so much hurt. There's so
yes,
much different kind of hurt. There's church
yeah,
hurt. There's marriage. There's children. There's
mm,
friendships. There's ministry. There's so much
mm,
hurt. Business.
mm.
So I think really everyone can benefit from the book. I was wondering now while you said that what is one of the things, and I know there's a lot, but what is one of the things that you would say um, we can link to a healed heart? How would one know that my heart is healed? I was broken, my heart is healed. Are there certain ways or things that would show that now you've healed? And also, are you completely healed or is it a constant process?
Okay, the first question, there are basic things that you can actually know that your heart is either heal or healing.
Okay.
And that is, yeah. And there's a scripture, so I don't have it here in front of me right now,
Yeah.
where it talks about when you have peace, when you've got love, when you've got joy. There's a
Yeah.
specific scripture, it's in the book. And when you search your heart in relation to any particular situation, and you search your heart and you listen to it, what is my heart telling me now? Do I feel love towards